What is going on, guys? Ultimate Deadpool here, back with another video. This one's going to be a little bit different. So yes, I know I was supposed to make Hulk versus Wolverine today, but I checked the polls and there's literally one vote for every single option. So until the polls kind of balance themselves out, I can't exactly make that video right now because there's not a definitive winner or definitive solution. So once that is more balanced and definitive, then I will make that video. Plus, also, I want to use this version of Wolverine for the Connected Universe, and I already want to do a Hulk versus Wolverine sort of thing in the Connected Universe, so it's not going to be... It's going to be a little bit different than what you guys are going to see tomorrow. So... Mostly because Hulk vs. Wolverine has appeared so many times in the comic books that it's almost like a canon event. Which is why so many people want that to happen in Deadpool and Wolverine. So, anyway, one other thing before we get too much further into this video. I will not be doing a live stream tomorrow like I had talked about. Something has come up family-wise, and I'm going to go ahead and deal with that stuff instead. So, if I have time, I'll do a small stream tomorrow. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. So without further ado, let's go ahead and keep going on today's video. Okay, so a couple weeks ago, months ago, however you want to look at it, I made a second version of Metalhead with LED glowing eyes. Because Metalhead has these lenses that help him see better, or help him see more clearly, but they glow red for an intimidation factor. At least that's the whole story behind Shredder adding weird LED things to his eyeballs. It kind of enhances his vision, even though there's nothing wrong with his vision. It kind of just enhances what's there. So, I had two other characters that have basically the same thing, except one of which is a little bit different. We'll get into that in a second. So, Killshot has one robotic eye, and it's an actual robotic eye. It's not something that... It's not like Metalhead where it's just an enhancement. No, it is an actual robotic eye. So Killshot has a red LED eyeball, and Oswald, since he's a magic character, his magic makes his eyes glow blue. So his eyes glow blue. We'll get into those in just a second, but I will say Metalhead was the prototype for sure, as you can tell by his gigantic shell on his back. It does fit a 9-volt battery in his back. I can tell you right now that Killshot and Oswald were so much easier. And we'll get to why in just a minute. But anybody can do this type of upgrade. And if you guys want, I will do another video showing you guys how to do this. If you want something like that down below, let me know down in the comments. But it's super easy. Literally anybody can do it. You just have to have a little bit of time and a little bit of patience and a drill and a hot glue gun. That's about it. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, obviously, starting off, we have Metalhead. He's the most famous of the three. So, like I said, he's got a battery that is powered by a 9-volt battery, obviously, or a battery pack that wires into his head. And then he's got the switch to turn the LEDs on and off through this button on his back or on his butt, one of the two. So that's pretty much it. You guys have seen this version of Metalhead a couple of times in streams and stuff like that. But for those of you who have not seen it, Metalhead was the first character that I did that has working LED eyes. So I can turn them on and off with the push of a button. Alright, now we have Killshot. Not Killshot, Oswald, I'm sorry. I'm not thinking correctly today. So, Oswald. He has not made his big debut yet. He is not going to make his big debut until the Ultimate Deadpool Connected Universe. But basically, he is a magic-infused turtle clone. So that's why his hand is on fire. Now, I actually used these pieces from the Ghost Rider Marvel Legends figure that I have. I was able to bend these flame pieces that he came with around his hand to make it look like he's like casting a fire spell or fire magic or whatever you want to call it. And it looks fine. So as you can tell, between his shell and Metalhead's shell, they are drastically different. That is because Oswald's shell only needed a few minor adjustments and changes to add the LEDs to his head. So basically, like I said, anybody can do this. You just have to have a little bit of time and a little bit of patience. So pop his shell off. All of this is all super simple and super easy to do. So basically, you just pop the shell off. I recommend using a Phillips screwdriver or something. You just pop the shell off. There's another plastic piece on the back of his shell right inside here that fits right around here. Take both those pieces off, or take that piece off and pop the shell off. And then this is basically what it looks like underneath the shell. And then there's two I'll probably end up doing a video on this anyway, but there's two pieces. You just cut those off. You take a coin battery pack, 2032 battery, like a style watch battery. You can get a 5-pack of them for like $10 or so on eBay. I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to get something like that. But I'll probably end up putting it through Amazon because it's probably easier to get it through Amazon than eBay. And plus, people trust Amazon more than eBay. So, and then you just cut a small hole in the bottom of the shell so that way the switch for the power pack can go through. And then once you have gotten all your wires and whatnot situated, you simply pop the shell back on, squeeze it tight. It's not going to come off. It's not going to really move. And then turn the switch on. And voila. Oswald's eyes can glow, or your character's eyes can glow. Like I said, I'll probably end up doing a video showing you guys how to do this. It's super duper easy. Literally anybody can do it. So let's go ahead and get this done, because I'm not a big fan of the way Oswald turned out, and it's just because of how bright the LEDs are. I did choose 3-volt LEDs, and with Metalhead, he has a 9-volt battery, so I used a 9-volt LED, but his aren't near as bright as the blue ones, and that's just because blue is a brighter color than red. So that's why they look so glaring at first. I actually had to turn the LEDs facing this way, so that way the side of the LED is actually what lights up his eyes and not the full LED right here. So that's kind of why the camera doesn't do it right, because in real life the whole lens is glowing, but in the video it's these parts right here, so it's supposed to represent his I guess pupils. So he's not cross-eyed. He's supposed to look like he's glaring at you, which in real life it actually does look like he's glaring at you, but when you turn the switch off it looks fine, but then when you turn the switch on it looks a little weird and off-putting. But, I mean, it does its job. It does what it needs to do. But because the LEDs on him are so bright, it comes off as more like he's cross-eyed. Because it's supposed to, the LEDs are facing this way instead of facing outward. Nothing major. Hopefully it looks appealing or correct on screen. But just know his eyes are supposed to glow blue, so it's not an artificial upgrade like Metalhead's is. It's just because he's a magic character. Typically, magic characters have glowing eyes. His eyes glow blue. So, moving on. And probably the best upgrade out of them all, and I say best because it's the one that looks the most clean out of all 3 of them. But that's also because I used a different voltage light. LED light for his eye. So at some point I may end up remaking Oswald's battery pack head, because I still have like 3 of these battery packs to do stuff like this with. So I may just end up remaking Oswald and just have that be like the prototype Oswald and whatnot. So same scenario. as Oswald, you just cut a small hole in the bottom of the shell. Make sure that the switch can come out through the bottom. Pop the shell off. It's a little bit cleaner look than what it is inside. Cut down your wires to the size that they need to be, so that way you don't have an entire shell full of wires. And this makes it easier for the shell to fit on, and easier for the shell to come off without having a whole bunch of extra wires and stuff caking up in the way. Then you can just simply open the battery pack like that and change the battery. So, and it's literally just a simple coin battery of 2032 battery. Pop that little bad boy in there. Pop his shell back on. Turn the switch on. Get his massive amounts of weaponry out of the way. And voila. Killshot by far is the one that looks the most effective on camera. So I don't know if the light on him is just diffused better than the other ones are. Obviously with Metalhead there is no diffusing because I couldn't diffuse it. And obviously with Oswald the LEDs are too bright because it's a bright color LED, versus red is a little bit darker. But it definitely does diffuse it a lot better and definitely makes it look a lot better. So, yeah, Killshot definitely was the one that came out looking the best. But let me know what you guys think. Which turtle or which LED upgrade do you guys like better? Do you like Killshot, Oswald, or Metalhead? And yes, at the end of this video, I will have them all three together with their lights on. So that way you guys can let me know down in the comments. But this is pretty much the best I could come up with what little I had to what little knowledge of stuff like this that I knew. Like I said, anybody can do this. It's super easy to do. You just have to have a little bit of patience and a little bit of a drill and a hot glue gun. Otherwise, anybody can do this. So, and I will probably do a video showing you guys how to do this because literally anyone can pull something like this off. Alright, now they are all three side by side with their lights on. And yeah, Oswald is definitely the one shining brighter. I'm probably going to end up having to change his eyes just a little bit, but I'm not doing it right now. They look fine enough as is. You can still see his really weird messed up face. So, all in all, not too bad, but you can definitely tell. In my opinion, Killshot got the treatment the best just because of how the light is diffused better on him, versus these have no diffusing whatsoever, and this diffusion did not work at all. So anyway, let me know what you guys think of this. If you guys want me to do a video on it, I will definitely show you guys how to do something like this. It's extremely easy. Anyone can do it. And I will catch you guys on next time on the next video. Till next time, you guys are awesome. I'll catch you guys all later. Bye.